Josh, Darrell, Larry Bluestein. We're on location tonight at Bow Campers in Miramar for our Night for Blue, but that doesn't mean we're gonna stop working, and this man's not gonna stop working. So we're gonna be up in Orlando this weekend for the large Class state championship game, so we might as well get to it and do what we do. And we'll start previewing the games. We'll start with the game that's Friday at 1. That's American Heritage against Green Cove Springs Clay.
Wow, a 4-loss team, which you gotta kind of be leery. Last time I saw a 4-loss team in the state championship was 14 years ago. It happened to be a team Frostproof that was a 35-point underdog, and they ended up winning the game 6-0 over a school, Trinity, that was unbelievable. But I don't think that's going to happen this time around. Heritage they'll step on your throat. I mean, they've got the speed, they've got the defense is everybody. It's sort of like all these teams are looking at offenses, you know, like South Aids and everybody. But it's the defense that set the tempo. We saw it happen in so many games. We know what Sony Michel brings to the table. We know what all the offensive weapons do. But look at the secondary. They have one of the best in young secondary. You have a couple of kids back there we've watched for McFadden, and your guy, Juwan Dowles.
I believe Juwan Dowles was named the Sun Sentinel Defensive Player of the Year today.
Why not? Why not? I mean, if it could. I mean, he had 9 picks. I mean, and he really, without him, and I know Carter Jacobs is an awesome player and everybody. Without Juwan Dowles, where would this team be? I mean, he had some great picks. It was in the mainland game. He was just lights out. It was 6-0 in that game. So I just don't see anything else, Josh. They come back, take care of business. It's a veteran team now. Sure, there's a few youngsters, but this veteran team is going to take care of business in a major way.
Great job by Mike Rumpf in his first year, taking over for Jeff Dellenbach. Then Saturday, we got the doubleheader special. We'll start off at 1 o'clock with Miami Central taking on Armwood Seffner. And we were out at Central earlier this week. It's redemption week for the Rockets. Now they all are going to have to overcome some injuries. We know about Joe Yearby. Coach Roland Smith also thinks he'll be without Calvin Bruton. They've been dealing with injuries all year. What do you see in this matchup?
Well, you know what? With all the injuries they had early on, remember when they played Booker T, no Deatrick Nichols, which kind of hurt, no Bruton. Right. So you lose 2 key guys, but one guy in the secondary that people are going to have to start taking notice of, and especially Armwood, his name is Olin Cushion. He's only a junior. This kid leads the county in interceptions this year. He's a tremendous football talent. Because what happens now is Deatrick Nichols is only playing on passing downs. He's not playing on as many running downs because of the fact that his shoulder's still kind of banged up. But nevertheless, defensively, I mean, Central, come on. I mean, they swarm when they have to swarm. Last week, I think, was one of their biggest tests, perhaps their biggest test since the Booker T game in Mainland, because Mainland's physical up front, they're quick, they do a lot of things, they had a very active quarterback. I just don't see Armwood being able to match up with the overall team speed. They're going for destiny. This is their 4th straight trip. They have a chance to go for 3 state titles, and I don't think Armwood's going to stop them. I know they've got a pretty good team, but they've been taken to the limit against some teams that Central would have put out in the first half.
All right, then finally the nightcap on Saturday. I think South Dade can give redemption for Cypress Bay. It'll be South Dade and the Blue Darters of Apopka.
Yeah, who are darting everybody. All Apopka has on its mind right now is breaking the scoring record of the team that I mentioned earlier. Trinity had 770 points. I think with a 50-point outing, they break it. I don't know if you're really going to plan on scoring 50 points on South Dade unless the wheels completely come off. Josh, you watch them. They've been as consistent as any team defensively, and I'm talking about Booker T or Central in the playoffs. Shut down a pretty good Killian team. They shut out Coral Gables. Last week against Palm Beach Gardens, a team that is capable of putting on some points, they held them to just 10 points. I think what everybody's overlooking while they're looking at the Tyree Bradys and the C.J. Whartons and Khalil Renders and Johnny Hankins and everybody on the offensive side of the ball is that defense sets tempos. They make plays. The kids like Betts and kids like our favorite guy who's
Antoine Cordy.
Yeah, Cordy, and also Grimes, a junior, one of the best. I went down their roster of players, Josh. They're so stacked. But you know what? They're going up against a juggernaut, a team that's been able to put 45 points on the game. If they could slow down Apopka and get a couple of turnovers, this will be a game.
All right. Speaking of, I think he mentioned defense in all 3 team game or in all 3 game previews. It must be because we're at Bow Campers.
Yes, that's right.
He mentioned defense with Heritage.
Maybe do that.
Yeah, that was the payoff. Anyways, great night here. We're just getting started at Night for Blue. Be a great weekend of football. You said you had a blast last weekend. And we'll see how many more championships this region can bring back down here as American Heritage, Miami Central, and South Dade look to bring home a title this weekend. And we'll have it for you right here on SouthFloridaHighSchoolSports.com.